Good morning, traders. This is Brian Booth, Senior Market Strategist with MF Global in Chicago with your morning update for the softs markets. For all of you who participated in yesterday's webinar at the end of the day, thank you for participating. I saw a few recognizable names. Hope you enjoyed the material. For those of you who missed it, you can contact me at my office by email or phone at bbooth@mfglobal.com or by phone at 800-993-6601. I could give you an archived copy of the material presented yesterday. It was just covering how to dissect the markets in the fourth quarter. So for those of you who are strictly soft traders, I apologize. I didn't really cover the softs markets, but did look at some of the currencies and metals and grains going into the end of the year. So feel free to call me, and I can just send you a link that'll take you directly to the presentation in its entirety. So onto the softs markets. You know, basically what I think what everybody needs to pay attention to are all of the numbers that I have been talking about throughout this week. Okay, there are there's some bearish fundamentals here in the market for the softs markets, particularly the cocoa. Coffee seemed to have some pretty bearish fundamentals, and even the sugar, believe it or not. I mean, if you look at the expectation for a global surplus, seems like all these markets could still continue to go lower. However, when you have a weaker dollar and stronger markets outside of these softs markets, they will all benefit from that. You will also see traders who have been holding short positions, like in the cocoa for the past few months, start to lighten up on those, book gains on those positions and roll into other markets, or even take long positions. Money that's been on the sidelines. If it looks like we're going to continue on in a nice bull trend here going into the end of the year, there's no reason to try to drive down a market that's already been beat up like the cocoa. So what we're looking for in each one of these markets are clean breaks above prior lows, because a lot of the markets have gone down below on the daily chart, below lows that we posted, say, in the last few months, or even in the case of cocoa, September low from last year. So here are the numbers. They haven't changed throughout the week. March sugar up pretty nicely here, 27.57. I mean, there was some news here. We're trying to pay attention to if there's any damage done in Thailand after the flooding. Looks like there may be some expected losses of yields there, but we have to take that day by day. 27.57, and just be careful if we start to close above that 28.50 mark, because we've seen what can happen with sugar once it starts to gain some momentum here. The low margin requirement and funds, as has been seen before in the past, say 6 to 8 months, we'll take the opportunity to run this market up as fast as possible when necessary, or when outside markets provide the opportunity here. December cocoa 26.56, and that 26.85 is still holding. September low is from 2010. If we start to close above that, I'd definitely be thinking about joining the gang here for maybe a nice run, and look for resistance level to sell off of. So keep your eyes peeled there. Also, coffee had a real strong run yesterday, up to 237.80. That is right on the August low and the highs that we posted earlier in October. Very crucial area for the coffee here today as well. December cotton last 102.38. What I'm going to be paying attention to there is the fact that we did have a slightly bearish USDA report a few days ago. Despite that, it is paying attention to outside markets and moving higher. So what I'm looking for, if you get to a December cotton chart, put in the 50-day moving average on the daily and just look at how many times we've come up and tested that number or that moving average and failed. And that number comes in today at 104.20. A close above that, and I'd be pretty comfortable with a continuation of this bull pattern. So, hope you all had a good week here this week. The softs were a bit uneventful throughout the week. However, we want to see if we finish on a positive note as a whole for the week. A weaker dollar, stronger outside markets will be helpful for the markets to continue moving higher. But we're definitely at some critical levels at the end of the week here. All right, so if you'd like to talk to me about the softs, or if you're looking for a copy of yesterday's webinar, please contact my office at 800-993-6601 or by email at bbooth@mfglobal.com. And remember that futures trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors.